Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey, and I have my trusty portable 3.5 to go with my beautiful dress. We're getting close to the end of all of my purple, which is why I have a white background today because it's impossible to see. Very sorry about my video the other day where it was hard to see and hear. Very sorry about that. I will try harder to make a better effort at being a little louder and keeping in frame. So sorry about that. I will continually try to do that. Thank you for the feedback. I really appreciate knowing these things. Sometimes I don't see them when I'm editing really fast and trying to get ready for work and that kind of thing. So very sorry about that. And I will try my best to pay a little more attention to what I'm doing and not just speed on through. Anyways, super glad you're here today, and we're going to work on a summer dress. So far I've been working on this dress for at least 6 months. To be fair, these cakes come with about 1,500 meters. We've gone from yellow to yellow purple to more purples, and now we're getting to the point where our navy blue is starting to kick in for that beautiful pansy color. That's what I'm calling this yarn. I did get this yarn from Temu, and quite frankly, I am absolutely in love with this quality. It is so soft. Like, it is really soft. I really like working on this project. This is my 4th row today alone, and I mean, the other 3 I did not film. I was just enjoying my crochet time and my coffee this morning because it is the first of the year. Welcome to 2026. So I started my year off properly. A nice warm coffee with caramel coffee creamer in it to go with my crochet. I feel like my eyes are a little acting up on me, but I'm just overly tired. Late nights are too much for me at this point. I got my blanket done. However, I will have to find a time to get a good picture of the whole thing because it is quite large and I'm finding it tricky to get it in shot. So I'll get someone to hold it up, and sometime soon I will definitely be going over the whole thing, talking about it, how I made it. As I'm sure some have seen, it did take about a month and a half. Probably would have gone faster if I'd worked on it more consistently, if I had a little more time on it, but that's okay. That is what happens when you work full time. You throw in the crochet when you can. Now this row is my trickiest row. This is my 2 double crochets, chain 2, skip 2. 2 double crochets. So that just goes around the whole thing like that. The corners are just double crochets. But it really looks really nice when you start getting into the pattern, because the middle is Bag O' Days Galaxy. It's a 10-inch. I want to say it's a Galaxy something. I can't remember the name of the pattern. I'm so sorry. But it is one of her more popular, easier to find ones. I love the little puffs in the corners. That really makes it. And all these little puff ones down here really is going to look so nice on the hip. That's roughly where I think it's going to end up being. It might be a little longer than that because it seems to just never ending with this yarn. Meaning I just have so much. I'm used to having 900 meter cakes over a 1,500 meter cake. So, but I thought that amount will give me a nice long flowy dress for the hotter weather, which is what I wanted. And this color palette is really quite unique. I haven't seen anything like this anywhere else, so I was quite intrigued by the coloring. Purple's not a color I'd gravitate to often, but I do love a good navy blue. And the yellow, this just made me think of one of my favorite pansies, and I thought, you know what, let's try this yarn. Super glad I did. I'm really enjoying working with it. I do have a whole nother cake of it. I did smart enough to get 2 of them. Well, I'm gonna have to make 2 sides, and I want them to match as much as possible, so here we go. I'll go back there, and we're just gonna go out 1 because I lost count there. 1 and 2. Now we're gonna skip 2. It is a little trickier to see on this darker colors, but that's why I have white behind. But I think I'm gonna have to move this guy over a little bit so you'll be able to see a little bit better. There we go. That seems to be a bit better, I hope. So it was my birthday a few days ago, and I got a beautiful bracelet for my birthday. Found this at the thrift store. Told my husband I really liked it, and he got it for me. I really like it. It is a beautiful piece. Very comfortable. And it is sterling silver, so it'll hold up real nice. And it fits, and I really like it, so that made me very happy. I got what I asked for. I did get myself a silicone mat to put down my hot items for hair, straighteners, curlers, that kind of thing. I can put them down on the counter without worrying about things catching fire or the counter getting hot. So that is a real saver. I was like, oh, that's a good product. I need one of those. And I also got myself a little gnome. A rock and roll gnome. He is so cute. Just a second. So this is my little guy here. He is very rock and roll. He's got his little rock fingers out. And he has black snow. It's gold and black. Oh, he just gives me such Vegas, Elvis vibes to him. I just love him so much. He's so fun. I put him with my plants. He just kind of lives there, so every so often I'll just shake him up just to watch him rock out. And that's my little decor gift for myself that I really wanted for my birthday. I was like, okay, that guy is so my style. I love him. Just a little snow globe that I can keep out all the time. Just love him. Alrighty. Back to the crochet. That's what we're here for. I'm going to give it a little chain 2. Making sure, just checking to see where my hands are to make sure I'm on camera properly. There we are. Sorry about that. When you pause, sometimes you lean a little bit. Uh-oh, got a problem here. So we are getting a few of these. This is the only problem I've had with this yarn so far, is occasionally I will get these little tangles. So it does slow me down a little to untangle them a bit, because I think this chunk's going to end up coming right out. We're getting close to the end, as you can see here. So this is making things a little more tricky, because of course we don't want to have a big tangly mess at all. I definitely do not want to do that. But soon I'm going to be just in straight up navy blue. So that is going to be exciting, because that means I'm getting close to the very end of this cake, and I can pull out the other one if I remember where I put it. I did move my yarn corner around. I haven't quite organized it. Yeah. I just kind of put all the yarn back onto the shelf after I rebuilt the shelf. I haven't had an opportunity to get to the sorting part and figuring out where I want everything. So at least I got that part done. The big furniture got moved. The shelf got moved. But now everything is just a big jumbly mess of mixed up yarn. So that is something I'm going to have to deal with very soon. But because I want to relax today, that's not a today thing. That'll be another day. Go. I do really like this yarn though, even with this tangly bit. I mean, this happens with the acrylics. This happens with almost anything that's in a cake form. There is an opportunity for it to tangle in the middle, and that is what it is, and I'm not even angry about it. I'm just being mindful and just mentioning it out loud, just because I do that when I'm talking to myself about instructions. I do it at work all the time. It's so funny. I'm standing there and my brain is saying the right thing, but my mouth is saying whatever it's saying, and it comes out wrong, like calling zeros O's. Throwing people off with that. But it is what it is. I'm just muttering shorthand to my brain, and yeah, it works out for me. So that's what I do sometimes. Oh, okay, this does not look good. All right, we're gonna redo that half double because I lost half of the threads in there, which is the biggest problem with it, but you can see that they do mostly stay together pretty well. They aren't twisted together, so there is the chance that they might get a little loose, but I've been very, very lucky with working with this kind of yarn and not having that to be too much of an issue. If it starts doing that, I just smooth it out. And by smoothing it out, I just mean I'll just go like that with the thread, give it a little bit of a, just my fingers, no lotion, no nothing, because I don't want it to become crusty or anything like that. But your finger oils should be more than enough just to, but a lot of people say to put a bead over this kind of yarn, just a little one over the end when you start, and that should help hold it together. The rings, those work great. I still can't find my black one. I still am looking for it. I think I might just have to go and grab the spare one I have in my just in case container I have of crochet items. Mostly of my rings. I did end up getting a really cheap set, and I can really feel it. I have one of those out, but I don't like using it. It always feels like it's going to break. I go 1 and 2. This is our corner. So we have 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 more doubles. Now this row I usually use as my major increase one, and this is where I do my increases, is in the corner. It's going to sound kind of strange. I'm going to put 2 there, and instead of skipping these 2, we're going to pretend there's 2 in there. So when I get to the next row, I've added about 4 on each corner. So far, it's really grown it quite nicely and really looks super organic, so it's not like crazy weird. And I'm kind of liking it because I'm kind of winging most of this. Like, I'm putting together like vaguely off of one pattern, mixing a bag-o-day one in there, and just kind of doing what I gotta do. I feel like it's coming together really nicely, and it's going to be quite pretty and flowy. I think it's going to have a gorgeous flow to it, which is what I was hoping for with working with this particular fine yarn. Can't go wrong with a cotton, especially in hot weather. Oh goodness. Thinking about what I want to do with my cotton bamboos, because we only got a few months before it gets hot again, so gotta look at that. Skipped 2, chain 2, and then 2. 1, 2. So 2s are, I prefer even numbers over odd numbers. I think odd numbers are a little unlucky for me. Not necessarily for everybody else, but for me, I don't have any good luck when I use odd numbers. When I use even numbers, things usually work out and feel a little more secure in my brain. I think I just need the matching one of those. Like, you know, when you're looking at a wall and you see like a shelf here, it's good to have a shelf here so they match. I like that kind of thing. And I mean, I've seen it look really nice without them matching, but to live with that, I don't think it would be very good for my mental health. I prefer it to be a little closer to being the same on both sides. Not that I have that a lot in my house, but it is what I prefer. I like my art to match, that kind of thing. Pictures the same size across from each other, that kind of, like spaced out the same, near each other, that kind of, it's just a whole spacing thing. Okay, I'm trying to keep calm here while I figure out this tangle. Okay, we got that coming through. So I'm definitely going to have to put some work into this one. I don't think I want to travel with it anymore because I have been taking this one to work. But that might be part of why it's doing this right now. And I don't want to degrade the quality of my yarn. Oh, see right here, we're coming up. Oh, wow. We're going to have 3. We're almost at a color change here. We're going to have 3 threads of the navy blue. So that is super exciting because I'm really looking forward to that kicking in. Because that is a really pretty navy blue. Very, very pretty with navy blue. Go 1, 2, skipping 2 double crochets. There we are. So I got a little bit more to do on this one, that is for sure. I probably will be playing with this for a good chunk of today. Feels like a good day to crochet. Good way to start my year off. I don't really want to do a ton of cleaning. I need a bit of a quieter day. Stayed up way too late last night. And now I got the tired headache going on, so I really don't want to exert myself more. I go back to work for 1 day and then I'm off for 2. And then back to 5 a week. So regular life will be commencing soon enough. Kids go back to school. And we'll go back to our routines that we are used to. There we are. Yeah, see, it doesn't even really factor in when I add in those little ones. It just makes it a tiny bit puffy, but if you look down here, I did it here too, and it really, really gives it more of a flowy feel to it, and I like the way it's coming out, so I'm happy with that. Anyways, I don't know if you could actually see that very well. So this is where we added the 2 chains in here. And you really can't tell that they weren't supposed to be there per se. I like the way it looks. Anyhow, thanks for joining me here today at All the Crackers in the Box, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!